Okay, I'm going to talk about the Arab-Israeli bullshit because apparently that's what we're talking about now. Um, this is kind of a response to Return to Shaef. So, hello, Shaef. Um, is it about religion or land? The answer is yes. You know, the religious thing, like you guys were talking about, goes back to the Bible. The land thing, when the Ottoman Empire ended, the British and the French fucked the Middle East for life by some of the shit they did. Like, if you notice, all of North Africa and the Middle East has, like, these giant straight lines, like it's fucking North Dakota or some shit, for borders. That's a sign that the British and the French fucked your country. Because they went through all of those territories after World War I, whether it was the French in North Africa or the French and the British in the Middle East. Like, they divvied up the world between the two of them. And somewhere in England, some religious zealots basically decided that in order to bring about Armageddon, they had to have a Jewish state in Israel. And this started the Zionist movement. And this was like after World War I. Really before World War I, they were trying to do this shit. It's just hard when you don't own the land. So there's like the conspiracy that basically all of our modern wars were started over this shit. You know, you want a rabbit hole to go down. If World War I was an inside job or whatever, which clearly World War I was kind of like it is now, where we've just had a bunch of peace for a long time and everybody's kind of getting sick of each other, and eventually something's going to come to a head somewhere, and that's all she wrote. It's going to be fighting in trenches again. I mean, look at what Russia's doing in Ukraine. I'm amazed that that hasn't gotten to be a bigger conflict. Russia says they're fighting World War III, and I think they're probably fucking right. In the history books, it's going to be looked at as Putin invading Ukraine as the start of World War III. Anyway, when they did all this divvying up shit with the Zionists, though, they created the land of Palestine / Israel, and it took until after World War II for it to start becoming more of a, hey, let's move everybody there and turn it into a Jewish state. But the first step was creating the Palestinians. And the Palestinians' endgame is like, well, I don't think they have one anymore, to be honest. If I were the Palestinians, I would move. Your land has become occupied by people that hate you, to some extent. Like, a lot of people don't talk about this, but the Jews fucking hate the Palestinians just as much as the Palestinians hate the Jews. And, like, as far as why there are so many people that hate the Jews, if you hung around Hasidic Jews very much, you'd get it. It's that they treat everyone like outsiders who aren't them. They bring all of this shit on themselves. It's sad, but it's true. Now, not all Jews do that, but there's the population of old school Jews that, you know, started this whole thing. They do that. I think it's sad that our whole world right now is dictated by shit that the British Empire did as it was dying. So that's really what it is the British Empire divvied up all that shit in the Middle East and then slowly fucking died until America took over, and now we're slowly fucking dying. I guess the good news is, for those who are in the, like, crazy Christian cults and shit that, like, want to bring about the end of the world, well, congratulations. Armageddon is well underway to happening. I really see that as the end game for the Palestinians anymore, is that they want their land back. And they think somehow they're going to win when, I don't know, the 6-Day War back in the day really just told the whole story, didn't it? In 6 days, they kicked everybody's ass. I kind of think that if they went to war again with all of those countries, it wouldn't be that different from that. It'd be a 30-day war instead of a 6-day war or something like that. Personally, I think most of those countries are smart enough to not try that again. As far as the Jewish solution to the Palestinians, it seems like the Jewish solution to the Palestinians is the one Nazi Germany came up with in World War II for the Jews. Eventually, there just won't be any more Palestinians. As far as believing in conspiracy theories goes, I personally believe the one about Pearl Harbor and 9/11. So, I don't know. I'm pretty educated. The Pearl Harbor one, I think, is especially damning. If you look into it, like the Roosevelts had ties to the Japanese before World War II. I don't think it would have taken that much to get that orchestrated if you really wanted to do it that way. I think people in Washington have always wanted to play empire on the globe or whatever, and the world wars gave them the excuse they needed to do that. And now, they're wanting to do that again. We've run out of other people's money. Our finances are going to hell. One of the only ways to fix what's going on with our national debt is to have a massive global world war again. Where the United States will remain untouched, more than likely, and be one of the only countries still doing business at the end of it. So, I don't know, it looks bad for Europe and Asia to me. China is just turning into a crazy, it was always kind of a crazy dictatorship, but between Mao and now, there hasn't been much of a presence that was an evil dictator. And Xi Jinping is now wearing the fucking old school Mao suit and trying to look like the great leader. I don't know what that's about, but it makes me think that we're headed for war with them too. And all this shit in the Middle East is just a part of that. Right now, the Palestinians and the Israelis are proxies for powers that be. The Palestinians are backed by Iran, Russia, China, North Korea. Israel, of course, is backed by NATO, the West, the United States. We'll see how it turns out. I don't think you're stupid for believing in those conspiracy theories, though, especially since I believe them myself. As far as 9/11 goes, I think it's much like you said, Shaef. They knew something was going to happen, and they just turned a blind eye because they couldn't stop it. So why not let it be bad enough that there will be a never again movement? Never again. Remember Pearl Harbor. Anytime you see shit like that in the news media, I think it was an inside job. So I'm going to title this, Pearl Harbor was an inside job. I don't really know what else to talk about, man. I've been enjoying the videos though, so see you guys later.